Right, I'm sharing the screen. Okay, yeah. You're unable to see the screen, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So now, today we are in day 11. Okay. As we discussed yesterday, two topics we are going to cover. One is the configurable task list, how to create and how to use that. And second, we will be covering the warranties. Okay. And we will be not covering warranty claim processing because that is completely, uh, you know, the configs related to the pricing. Okay, as well as the different configurations we have, but we don't have that kind of setup. We haven't configured in our system. But till warranties, how it works within PM perspective, we are going to cover and see in the system. Okay. Now coming to the configurable task list, as explained yesterday, like based on the value that you mention, you know, in the work order. Okay. Depending on that, the task list will be chosen by the system automatically. Okay. So we will see how this works. So I'll directly log in into the system itself. Okay. And we'll see from there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So for this, first what we need to do, we will first create one simple general task list. Okay. So what is the T code? We know very well IA01. Sorry, general, no, sorry, IS05. Okay. So what general task list we will create? Let's take an example of we are going to create some operations related to the motor. I think yesterday itself we already created one general task list. Okay, we will make use of this task list only. Okay, but what we will be doing, or else why to confuse? We will go for another group, separate group. Okay, we will mention it as mm, which one you just compressor. Okay, so MPRS like this. Okay, so this is the general task list that I am going to enter, and I would say here compressor general task list. Okay, something like this. Task general inspection task lists. Okay, inspection TL and the planning plant ALM1. Okay, and work center. We will specify this work center, right? And usage is 4, and overall status is 4. System condition not in operation. We click on enter and go to operation. Okay, and here is the main important. Like we are going to specify the operations depending on each set of operations depending on the type of compressor specification. Like how, for example, I would say I am going to simply maintain as general inspection TL. Okay, for compressor CMPRS. What was the compressor capacity? Let's say, for example, uh, we will take it as how much? 15, 15 Meter cube per second is the discharge air discharge volume. Okay, let's understand like this. Okay, next, similarly, there is, let's say, if you have different set of operations that we need to perform for such a compressor whose capacity is this much, then you can specify those operations, correct? Like clean the air filter, okay, and inspect the what your if the compressor is through connected through a motor and if it is through a V belt, then you can check the V belt for any wear and tears like that. But what for the simplicity purpose, what I am doing is I am just maintaining one operation, okay, and that operation will cover let's understand entire set of checklist, okay, that we will assume that that is already tagged to that particular operation like that, okay, just to show it or make it in a simple way, okay. Next operation is for a compressor whose capacity is 30, similarly, okay. So another operation is for a compressor whose capacity is for 45, like this, okay. Next work we will specify like 4 hours, 2 3 hours, okay. Or work, that we saw based on the calculation key. Either it can calculate work or it can calculate duration or calculate manually. Several options are available. Okay. So we will simply calculate the work, sorry, duration. That is work divided by number of resources. So your calculation key will be one only. Calculate duration, no? Okay. So one. Okay. Simply click on enter and we know very well how this and all will be picked. So just don't do anything, simply save this task list. Okay. So this is our task list. Now, the next step is since we are doing the configurable task list, correct? So for that, what we need to do? We need to create one simple characteristic. So what was the characteristic? T code CT04. What characteristic we will create is, let's say, PRS underscore, capacity. Let's put in this format. Okay. So click on create, and this is what your compressor, capacity. Okay. And data type is what? Numeric. Okay. Numeric format, and it will take how many characters? Still four, three characters we will enter. Decimal places is zero. Okay, unit of measure is meter cube per second. Okay, so where is that? We need to find it out. Okay, or else let me search here and M3 per second. CM3 we have ABCDFGH IJKLM. Okay, meter cube per, yeah, this one. Okay, meter cube per second, and go to descriptions, that is the same, okay. In the values you will specify what? You will specify 15, you know s- uh, space m3 per second, like this, correct? Next 30 m3 means simple, whatever the specifications you have got, you know for any of such equipment, you will just specify the values in this value section, okay, and nothing else. You will simply save this, okay. What I am going to do now is I need to create one class, okay. So what class? CL02. I will create the class as COMRS, like this only, okay, underscore class we will create like this. The most important thing is the class type will be 300, okay. 300 is your variants class, okay. The class type must be 300, okay. So the description we are going to give is compressor class, okay. That should be fine, not a problem. Next click on enter. Next go to char, And what was the characteristic you created? This one. Okay. So copy this characteristic and paste it here. Simply click on enter. Okay. Now save this. Now you have created class and you have created, you have assigned the characteristic under this class. Till there it is fine. Now what is the next step? So next step is you need to assign this to a configurational profile. Okay, very, very important. So what was that? Slash O CU41. Okay, CU41. Under this, you see it is asking select configurable object. My configurable object I am going to do is the general maintenance task list, correct? So it is asking what was your task list. My task list is just we created now COMPRS. The group counter is 1. Okay. So what was the profile name? Okay. In this, I need to assign my class that I have created. Okay. Before that, let me create one profile known as profile 1 and the class is what 300. Okay. Click on enter and select this profile and go to class assignments. So what class you created? COMRS underscore class, no? Correct? Right? So this is the class we created. Under this automatically the compressor capacity will be shown. We are not going to enter anything here. We will take care in the maintenance order only. So no need to do anything. Just assign this and simply save this. Okay. So now once you save this, next what was the next step? Now again go back to where? Go back to IA06, the most important step. What is IA06? You have created the task list. Now you are going to do some modification in the task list. What modification in the task list? We should now assign the object dependency. What is that? What does it mean? It means that we have created one configurational profile. Now, there we have assigned the class. Now, next thing is go to extras, go to object dependencies, go to editor, click the radio button on selection condition. Okay, enter here. You should maintain the values in syntax manner. Means what? I am now mapping my respective operations to the respective capacity. Okay, means how? I have selected which operation now? First operation, 10th operation, correct? So shall I enter it manually? Never recommend to enter it manually. Then how? How we should specify, the characteristic value. So simply go and click on input help. Okay. So my characteristic is what? Numeric characteristic, correct? So it will system will show you. Okay, once you enter the numeric characteristic, you see COM RS capacity. I could have entered manually, but what happens now? There will be some syntax. Okay, the space also matters here. Okay, so that's the reason I am choosing from the drop down itself. Okay, so is equal to how much? How much? 15. Okay, 15 uh, space. No, not space needed, I think. Let me recollect 1 second. Let's enter it as 15. Okay. I am not entering any unit of measurement in this case. Okay. Let's save this. Now go to 20, operation number 20. Object dependencies, editor, selection condition. Okay. Again, do the same thing. Numeric characteristics. Okay. COMPRS capacity is equal to 30. Correct. I'm just entering is equal to 30. You can also check the syntax here. Okay, see, if you check this now, it shows if there is any syntax problem. Syntax check error free. Okay, if there is any problem, system will throw an error there. Next, this operation you are tagging for, let's say, 45. Okay. Selection condition. Again, you are going to select this numeric characteristics COM PRS capacity is equal to 45. Okay. Which means what I did now, based on the specification, system now will choose the respective operation. If you have got multiple operations, for example, and each some set of operations belongs to only that set of compressor, okay, which is of that specific value, then what you need to do? You need to choose that operation and do the object dependency, and you need to allocate the capacity. You need to tag the capacity for that respective operation. Then system will understand that, okay, now this task list became what? This task list now became as a configurable task list. Okay. So I need to save this. Okay. Similarly, I have created for one such thing. I have one doubt regarding the, whether I should enter the unit of measurement or not. Just let me check that. Okay, no need. Fine, perfect. Okay. So now we have a configurable task list of COM PRS thing. Okay. Now, what happens? This configurable task list can be assigned to a maintenance plan, okay? Or if you are creating a maintenance order, okay? And if you use this configurable task list in that maintenance order, then system itself will choose the respective operation accordingly. Okay, we will see how it behaves. Similarly, the case goes with the maintenance plan as well. Once we are in the discussion of maintenance plan, there also we will be covering this scenario. Okay, for now, I am just creating one simple maintenance order manually. Okay, not through any maintenance plan, manually. So, in order to create a maintenance plan for our plant ALM1, we all, I hope, know that there is one simple configuration that we need to do. What configuration? If I go to plant maintenance and customer service, okay, and maintenance and service processing, maintenance and service orders, functions and settings for order types, okay, you here you will see that first of all we need to assign the order types to the maintenance plants, right? Without that, nothing is possible, right? Our plant is what? ALM1. In this, if you see, only PM01 maintenance order I have assigned as of now. Okay. No other orders I have even assigned to our plant. Correct. In future, while we come to the execution part, or while we come to the maintenance planning classes, there we will be seeing to assign the rest of the order types to our maintenance planning plan. But for now, just to show this demo, I have already assigned one maintenance order type to our planning plan, that is AL number. I hope everyone knows how to assign. You will simply click on new entries, assign your mention your planning plant, right, and mention the order type. Okay. For now, we are going with the standard order type only, that is PM01. Okay. Now, as I said, we will try to create a maintenance order, that is IW31, and we will see how this configurable task list behaves. Okay. So what was the order type? PM01, priority, let's say medium, and we need to choose the equipment. Huh? So what do we have an equipment of compressor? Let's check. Okay, IH01, right? ALM1, equipment installed hierarchy, execute, expand whole. Where is do we have a compressor? Nothing. It's not that specific that we should taking compressor, but just to have a real scenario, this is what I am trying. We don't have a compressor equipment. Okay, for now let's compromise with this one. Okay, diesel generator. So 100025558. Okay, so equipment is what? 100025558. Okay, next planning plant is ALM1. Click on enter. Okay, so now we are creating we know that a maintenance order manually to understand how the configurable task list is going to behave. Okay. Do I have any other screens open? Okay, I will close rest of the screens. Change the screen also. Okay. I think because of internet slowness, it is taking some time, I think so. But let's wait for 1 or 2 seconds. Okay, right. So what I will be doing is test configurable. Simple. I am just giving a description like this. Okay, that doesn't matter, not a problem. And this is my main work center. Okay, and this is my planning plant, right? And click on enter, and what is throwing? Okay, it is also asking to enter the control key, the PM01. Okay, now I need to go to extras task list selection. Okay, select the general task lists. Okay, should operations be deleted? It is asking yes. Now, after deleting that, it is asking us to choose the general task list, out of which I am going to choose this what configurable task list. Okay, tick this. So as soon as you choose the configurable task list, system asks you, okay, system understands that it's a configurable task list, and what for what compressor capacity you are going to create this order. Okay, so I'm going to, let's say, you creating this order for compressor capacity 30 meter cube per second. Okay, and go back one step. Okay, it's general maintenance task list included. If you go to the operations now, you see which operation it took the operation of 30 meter cube per second operation. Okay, correct. Similarly, like if you have get if you have a set of operations which is only meant as a set for that particular specification compressor, then only those operations will be shown in the system. But even though you have used a general task list of having three set of different operations for different capacities. How it happened? It only happened because of the task list is a configurable task list. Okay, very important. Okay, so that's how it behaves. Okay, even in the configurable, see, configurable task list is a huge subject. Okay, so you also, there is also few more functionalities that we can achieve using configurable task list. What I will do, I will share you the uh, presentation PPT for that other functionalities as well. In this functionality, you will have whatever we discussed in the today's video, right? So that you will see. Okay. Other functionalities also, I'll be sharing one more slide of PPT so that you can also go through and you can also practice. Okay. So is that clear? Configurable task list, how it works.
We need to maintain in operation capacities.
Then you need to maintain in the operations object dependency you need to maintain. Okay, before that, it should be assigned under a configurational profile. Which one? The general task list, need to be tagged to a configurational profile. And under that configurational profile, you will assign your class. Okay, class number, class type is 300. Then only system understands that this setup is related to the configurable configurable task list setup. Okay, and then
So what is class 300?
yeah, class 300 is nothing but for variants class. Okay, all this subject comes under the topic of variants class. Okay, not only we use this variants for our PM, it will be mostly used in plant maintenance. Sorry, production planning. Okay, in production planning, you have the variant configuration. If you have heard, okay, in variant configuration, I mean, it is used to choose like the way we are choosing the task list now. Similarly, in production planning, we will be choosing the bill of materials depending on the specification that the customer provide in the sale order. Okay. I mean, let's take a simple example. I'll not go into much detail, but just a simple example like if you are into it, let's